All right, so today we're going to combine what we learned yesterday. So we're going to do distributive property and combining like terms all together, right? These are going to be like one problem that does both of those skills that you learned yesterday. All right, so let's just talk about this real quick. So, and this has been all day. My pen is only giving me one color, which is black. So I apologize in advance for this not being colorful and friendly and nice because I've been getting pretty good with the colors. All right, so I'm going to start with our first step, which is going to be the distributive property, and our second step, which is going to be combine like terms. All right, this is our bread and butter today, knowing these two steps in that order. All right, so just like yesterday, I see these parentheses here. So I know that I'm going to have to combine like terms because I have a number butted right up against one side of the parenthesis. So I won't do this for any other problems, but we know in advance that this is a positive because there's no sign here. But I'm going to draw that positive in so that way we know that we have to grab that sign. That's probably the most common mistake. All right, and then I'm going to multiply this or distribute it to my x. Remember, there's a 1 here. So I'm going to distribute it using multiplication to my 1x, and then I will distribute it as well to my positive 2. Do not forget about this sign. And that'll be more important a little bit later. So 4 times 1 is 4. Make sure we bring our x with us, 4x. 4 times a positive 2 is a positive 8. And then we're just going to bring down what we didn't use. All right, what I like to do is kind of reorder this stuff once we figure out our teams, right, for combining like terms. So I know that I have my positive 4x and a negative 7x. So that's going to be my x team, right, because I have this variable of x. And then I'm going to bring in my other team, which is my constants, which is a positive 8 and a negative 3. Notice again how I grab these signs. So I have 4x minus 7x, and I have a positive 8 minus 3. Well, in essence, I have two very small math problems that I have to do. It's just basic arithmetic. So let's start with the more challenging one, right? We have 4x minus 7x. All right, I'm not even going to think about these x's, right? I'm just going to look at my constants right here, right? I'm just going to look at these numbers. So 4 minus 7 is a negative 3, but I cannot forget about my x. So I just bring my x along for the ride. All right, plus 8 minus 3 is just going to give me a positive 5. You can literally write this in Desmos verbatim, and it'll give you a positive 5. So you can see that our answer is D. All right, this is why I wrote that positive sign in front of our number that we're going to use to distribute. So I have this negative 7 here, and I'm distributing that to my k and to my negative 8. Remember, there's a 1 in front of this k. Negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. Don't forget about our k. Negative 7 times negative 8 is a positive 56. Remember, two negatives multiplied together gives you a positive. Two negatives creates a positive. That only works in math. Again, don't make that a life. It's not life advice. It's just math. All right. And let's bring down what we didn't use. So again, I'm going to combine like terms. This is my K team. And then I have my constant team. This guy's just by himself. He's a little bit of a loner. No big deal. That makes our work a lot easier. All right, so here I just have one little math problem. Negative 7 plus 2 gives me a negative 5. Don't forget about your K. And then bring down what we didn't use, which is our 56. And then you can see that our answer is going to be A. All right, so this one kind of throws some kids for a loop a little bit because now we have this number to the left, right? So everybody's like, oh, which one am I supposed to use? Do I distribute like this? Nope. No. It's the one that butts up to the parentheses. And remember, grab this sign. All right, so we're going to have negative 5 distributing to negative 4n and a positive 3. Remember, we're using multiplication. So negative 5 times a negative 4 will give us a positive 20. Don't forget about our n. Negative 5 times a 3 is a negative 15. and bring down what we didn't use, which is just 4 here. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this in a way that we're going to see our problem. Whoops, sorry. Second step, combine like terms, look for our teams. So I know my constants have a team, and my n is all by itself, right? My 20n team. All right, and I just have this one little math problem to do. So my final answer is 20n minus 11. All right, we got 2 different variables here. All right, let's not get confused. Let's not worry about all that. Let's just start distributing. Right, so I am distributing my positive 3 to my positive 1b and my negative 4. So I'm going to get 3 times 1b, which will be a 3b. Remember, that's going to be positive. 3 times a negative 4 is negative 12. Bring down what I didn't use, plus 9b and 2. That's awful. And 2a. All right, let's look for teams here. I have a plus 3b team and a plus 9b team, so that's cool. My 2a is kind of by itself, no teammates, no problem, and negative 12 as well. So let's combine, or let's rewrite and then combine. So I'm going to put them in alphabetical order. So 2a plus 3b plus 9b, and that's going to be minus 12. Well, the only little math problem I have is 3b plus 9b, which will give me 12b, and then bring down everything that we didn't use. All right, and that's going to give us what, b as an answer. All right. We're going to distribute this negative 3 to our 1k and to our negative 7. So we'll have negative 3k plus 21. And bring down what we didn't use, which is just a 4k. Well, we know that this is going to be one team, 4k, and negative 3k. And our plus 21 is going to be a team by itself. So let's combine. Well, 4 minus 3 is 1k, and we don't have to do anything to 21, but we know that we don't even really need this 1 here. If you want to write it, that's fine. Just know that it's probably not going to be written with your answer. And last but not least, we're distributing this positive 8. So we're going to distribute that to our negative 5n and to our positive 7. And when we do that, we get a negative 40n and a positive 56. Bring down what we didn't use, which is negative 6n. Again, our teams are going to be our n team, which is negative 6n, and negative 40n. And our constant team is just positive 56. He's playing solo today. So negative 6 minus 40 would be negative 46. Do not forget about your n, and bring down what we didn't use. All right, you'll see that our answer is C. You guys have a test tomorrow. Good luck. If you have any questions, please reach out. Other than that, have a good evening.